Good evening, YouTube. This is Harmony Muse with part 39 of my Fallout 4 Let's Play. Today we are back after having just Piston Kellogg's cornflakes. Yes, I've used that pun thoroughly today amongst my friends who watch my stream. And yes, I know it is old and boring and lame and stupid. That said, I'm also well aware
Repeating. This is Paladin Dance on frequency 9-5. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge Police Station immediately for reassignment.
Okay, so he wants me to go back to town. What does... Discuss my findings with Piper. Let us go speak to Piper, who is not, as she was saying, or not as Nick was saying, in Diamond City, but in fact in Sanctuary Hills.
Repeating. This is Paladin Dance on frequency 9-5. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge Police Station immediately for reassignment.
Prepared for the
Repeating.
Where? Oh, there's my dog. Good puppy.
This is Paladin Dance on frequency 9-5.
Piper was around here.
All
Did she go back to town?
are to return to the Cambridge Police
Did you go back to town,
Station
Piper?
for reassignment. Repeating. This is Paladin Dance on frequency 9-5. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge Police Station immediately for reassignment. Repeating. This is Paladin Dance on frequency 9-5. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge Police Station immediately for reassignment. Repeating. This is Paladin Dance on frequency 9-5. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge Police Station immediately for reassignment.
Got another bobblehead to put on you. Let's get that done. It's the energy weapons bobblehead, I do remember. Make sure I don't have any more.
Repeating.
I'm not even going to bother trying to put them in order because I'm not that bored. Okay, Robco Fun. Okay,
Dance on frequency 95.
that's handled.
All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge police station immediately for reassignment.
And Piper, where did you... You were normally kicking around right about here. Where'd you go?
This is Paladin Dance on frequency
Heading
95.
Okay.
All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to...
Nuka-Cola Family Radio.
Sure everyone filled out.
You want me to go to Diamond City. You want Diamond City? Fine game. I'll give you Diamond City. Piper, why are you here?
Well, Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my baby. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day...
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
Here's one problem. Kellogg's brain has a few bullets in it.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna go quietly the moment I saw him.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
Doesn't matter what he knew. I'd kill him again in a heartbeat.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brain.
They didn't like the fact that I mentioned I shoot the guy who... blow the brains out of the guy who killed my kid. So I guess I'll say something else this time.
Well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client?
Android Sam Spade there.
So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
Where do you want me to start? The part where Kellogg turned out to be working for the Institute? Or the part where he told me they have Sean?
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes.
Where the Institute.
Exactly.
Kellogg.
And like that would have had access.
But we both know that angle isn't...
Because he's in hell. Where he belongs.
So, murderer and a kidnapper.
I was so blinded by anger, I
gets his brains blown.
Right?
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind is clear. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind.
Who's this doc?
I'll let her give you her life story. Guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... Who's coming with you?
I have to go to the Memory Den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say...
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research.
So I've got a quest to go to Dr. Amari in Good Neighbor. We'll be going there shortly. I also have to go talk to Ellie.
Even good people do crazy things when they're scared.
Hey, see that big blimp? What's the Brotherhood of Steel? Why are they here?
Nothing you need to worry about, buddy. Nothing you need to worry about.
Ellie.
You're back. How did everything go with the Nakano case?
I tracked Kenji's daughter to a synth refuge up north, near Far Harbor.
That's great. We don't have to... Thanks for coming in for this one.
But what the
What
fuck?
was happening when you and Nick started working? Don't be a stranger, Gumshoe.
If I didn't know better...
Just keeping you on your toes, Nick.
What'd she just give me? Hey, Nick. Got a gun for you.
There's something you need?
I need you to hold still so I can give you something. Here. Have a fat man. Oh, you can't take it. Shit. We'll just sell that at the all-night place. I've got 3 or 4 of them now? I know I've got the one that's modded to be a baseball launcher. Hey, kitty. Okay, now I've got to remind myself to talk over the radio. Hey, swimming. Good, you're tuned in. Walking very, very slow.
We sell everything. Stim packs, ammunition, outerwear, dinnerware.
Let's see what you have.
The highest...
Right?
Here, have a nuke pitcher. All sorts of stuff I don't need. I'm still pretty heavily loaded. Now, before we go to Good Neighbor, I want to stop by the castle because I may have inadvertently heard one of my stream buddies tell me that there's something awesome for sale now that I've done old guns that I've completely missed over.
Never thought the Minutemen would be a force to be reckoned with again. I stand corrected.
Well, I'm glad they're here too. Believe me, I am. Where's the old gal? The lady of the joint. She should be around here. That's her stall apparently. Did she bug her out? I don't see her around unless that's supposed to be her there. No, that's her.
Hey, Sheffield. What do you think about coming to work for me?
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
Where is the old lady? There must be someone in here selling guns. My gun seller up and buggered off. Well, that's a shame. That's a damn shame. Now I gotta find her. Where is she? Do I have to manually assign her? If I'm going to have to manually assign her, I'm not going to be happy.
Now that we have the armory back, you can read anything you need right now.
Let me see what you've got.
Sure thing, General.
More of those electromagnetic cartridges. Gah! Ha 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 ha. Let's see this. Oh. Holy shit. Yes, please. And because I have a weapons facility here that is tied into my full thing. Never going to use you. Okay. I'm about to do something terribly stupid. That's handled. Now we can go to Good Neighbor. I need to learn to quit laughing like that. I sound like an evil mad scientist. Now to Good Neighbor. This thing does almost as much damage as a fat man, without all the negative side effects.
Lowest place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some point.
Whatever you say, Sam Spade.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is, I'm not buying that. We come in peace, motherfucker.
And right, and
Well, Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amara's downstairs, you big flirt.
okay then. That wasn't creepy at all.
Dr. Amari?
Yes, I take it this isn't a social call.
Perfect.
Grognak the Barbarian? A Grognak video game?
You're the one who can
Normally, we only allow our clients to experience their own...
We need a deep dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you...
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look.
How much of the brain?
That is not an encouraging question. I suppose...
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Nick's an older model synth.
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, but even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on...
Don't worry about me, Amari.
Hey.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
This is gonna be messy.
Like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
And what do you want me to do about it?
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like computer encryption.
Sure.
Let's see. A single mind. We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memory.
Right. Any idea?
I have no clue. But considering we only have a single piece of the medial temporal lobe and not the whole brain, I doubt it'll be cohesive.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
If I come out of here starting to...
On the other side.
If I come out of here a drooling, gibbering monkey, it's your fault, lady. I love the old test screen with the Indian head.
Brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
This is going to be trippy, isn't it?
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working.
Doobie?
Quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Oh.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
All 5 states have now signed on.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though. Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but...
So you're being quiet, just want to listen to this.
Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
What?
People are always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
Joke. What's it mean, Mom? Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy.
Bullshit.
On the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
This is going to be more trippy stuff, isn't it? Oh, no. I was going the wrong way to begin with. Okay. This is still very, very derpy, silly, sort of frightening and saddening at the same time.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
The side point. The hub was an area that actually, or that was a center for trade in the original 2 Fallout games. Just double checking. I stand corrected. It seems it was only Fallout. Oh, city from Fallout. Well, it's sure it was in Fallout 2 as well, because the currency in Fallout 2, as I remember, it was hub bucks. Yeah, but that's definitely Fallout. It's talking about way out west in the southwestern United States there.
But we don't know anybody here.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
No, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Aww.
You're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
That's the same pistol I just sold off.
I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Okay. What do we have here?
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you
I found another memory.
weren't there to help them.
That's sad. What do we have here? Liquids.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I don't remember much from that time. It all kind of blends together.
Oh,
It was
liquors.
almost always a bar, though. That's universal. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. A little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems.
And here we have the voice actor for Garrus Vakarian again.
We'll pay you. And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it. So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's this family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
That looks like something underground. Or some kind of med bay or facility. Synths, okay.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. So, the first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good. You're with the first synths weren't all that impressive. I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms.
Your eyes are still moving.
I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. Institute. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement, which suited me just fine. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate. Impressive. Something to tell
Okay.
after all.
You may be a kidnapping, or a kidnapping shithead, but I like your style with dealing with assholes.
Connecting now.
Oh. Oh.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Check.
Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it.
Hopefully it's all...
Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving her alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if she somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If she could take me out, they won't be able to hide from her for long. Just find it. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive.
Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
Okay. Yes, he's a mercenary. Well, actually, he's a corpse now, and I'm sifting through his dead brain's memories. But yeah, he was a mercenary.
This is the one. Here.
Open it. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive.
Yeah. You got what was coming to you for doing this.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here. No. Come here, baby.
No. I got him. Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once. I'm not giving you Sean! God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
Looking at myself in this guy's memories. I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
What are we seeing here?
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. We'd be back to normal business before too long.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were
And they've got music in the background. Why do they do that?
Smarter.
I just realized that.
Faster than almost any real human.
Why is the music still playing when I'm in a freeze frame anyway? Well, I'm going to keep talking because I don't want it to be heard. Okay, because the... Okay.
Hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Because that music is what can get me copyright dinged.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this.
So I'm going to try to
Capture and return.
keep talking as much as I can so it won't be heard.
He was working.
Or at least only a certain amount at a go. Which is sad because I like the ink spots. I like this sort of music.
So,
Which is really a shame because I love the old-timey music. That was one of my big moments that made Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 in New Vegas for me, rather.
You're taking me home to my father?
So seeing this just makes me sad.
And hold still.
Okay.
To his father? But oh, the leader of the Institute's a fucker.
Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again.
Because that means that they've been telling somebody else that that's his, or the leader has been telling my son that he's my son's kid.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense.
That's fucked up.
Because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Okay, and again, sad because music I like. Okay, get away from the thing. Okay, can you turn me out of the music? I'm trying to get out of here. Wrong way. Just want out of here. We know what we need to know. Get me out of here. Do I have to go all the way back? I can't open my Pip-Boy when I'm in the acid trip. Do I have to go all the way back? That's gonna suck. I am very quickly getting irritated. I hope I didn't mess myself up doing this. I really hope I didn't. But what I saw just makes me very uncomfortable. Because they stole my kid, raised him for what looks like 10, 11 years as their kid.
did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
Or did it bug out on me? Am I stuck in here? I might be stuck in here. Please don't tell me I'm stuck in here. Please tell me this is the way out. Because whatever this is massively glitched. This is getting irritating very quickly. Because I don't want to have to deal with that music again. As much as it's beautiful music that I really enjoy, it's also copyrighted music that can really get my stream cut. You remember how I outright muted the sound from the game when I first played through character creation for that exact reason?
You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you?
Yes, very versatile word, I get it. Nothing I care about right now, I just want out of this dream sequence. So much time spent on internal monologue. I was wanting to do side quests, but there's one specific side quest I plan on doing, which I can't do while I'm stuck in this little bit.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Oh, I have to look at the TV. Okay. I'm a moron. I went all the way to the beginning when I just had to look at the TV right next to where I was. Duh. Well, I guess I won the dumbass award today.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Am I okay?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. But your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. Are you ready?
Virgil, what is it?
There's more than one person who knows.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. Where did the memory say he was?
We need to find Virgil.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation.
How do I fight?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits.
Find a way to get...
Good luck. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up.
Let's go talk to Nick. Now I can start doing actual stuff.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
What did you say?
What?
You sounded like...
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some pneumonia. Anyway, I feel fine.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride. You know, that whole business with Doc Amari and Kellogg's memories got me thinking. It's just there's still some Nick Valentine history I've been wanting to put a bow on for a while now.
Well, we will, buddy.
Use a hand if you're willing to take a crack at it.
Sure thing. What's the case?
This one's straight out of the archives. Once upon a time, in the land of Boston, there lived a king of organized crime, Eddie Winter. He was a bad man who did a lot of bad things, hurt a lot of innocent people. But he knew the end was coming, so he sealed himself inside a personal shelter, located underneath the sub-shop he used as a headquarters.
Eddie Winter was from my time. Real scumbag.
The story gets even more twisted. The arrogant bastard wanted to cheat death, so he could come out of that shelter someday into this. Only Eddie didn't want to be a frozen banana. No cryo sleep for him, no. He invested his money in some sick, crazy radio.
Well, Nick, you can't...
Oh, I'm saying it all right. Eddie Winter went and turned himself into a ghoul 200 years before it was fashionable. Hell, he was probably... And I'm convinced that he's still locked inside that shelter. I'm gonna find him and kill him, so...
Sure. I don't get it, Nick.
I've got memories of a girl. My girl. They're not really my memories, I know that. They're Nick's. But the girl, she was real. She was beautiful and innocent, and Winter killed her. So...
All right, Nick.
Good. Now, I know where Winter's vault is, but the door is sealed with a complex numerical code. Lucky for us, Winter's... Back in the day, he recorded 10 holotapes, incriminating different criminal associates.
Right.
We find all of those holotapes, we get all the numbers. We get all the numbers? I've been putting together a file on this one for a while now. There's a pair, including one of Winter's. I managed to snatch from the Cambridge police evidence lockup before getting swarmed by ferals. My gut tells me the Boston police evidence terminals are the key to cracking this one. Probably worth paying a visit.
Okay. Something called Welcome Home. Now we can finally do what we've been wanting to do for a while. Let's look up this Welcome Home first.
Detective Valentine, Captain Whitmark here. I'd just like to reiterate how excited we here at the Boston Police Department are that you'll be joining our investigation. Commissioner Turner has already regaled me with the tales of your adventures in Chicago. As you know, Edward L. Eddie Winter has been a pox on this beautiful city for nearly 2 decades. Extortion, murder, racketeering, kidnapping, name a crime he's committed. The epitome of a cold-blooded, brilliant, slippery crime boss. Fortunately for us, over the years, Winter has also developed that most self-destructive of character traits, supreme arrogance. Starting a little over a year ago, Winter stopped coding his correspondences and began communicating entirely via unencrypted holotape. Each one addressed the subject in question and very clearly signed off by Winter himself. He's obviously mocking the authorities. He knows we're monitoring his communications. He doesn't care. Winter thinks he's untouchable. He's wrong. This is when the game changes. Those holotapes are the key to building a case against Eddie Winter, and they're what this task force will focus on. His crimes, his words. Total self-incrimination. Get those holotapes, and we get Winter.
Good to keep going? I don't sleep or eat or anything like that. But if you need to, you do it.
Is that a hint that I play too much, man?
from something? Welcome home.
Brotherhood of Steel. Better stay out of good neighbor.
You're wanting to threaten the Brotherhood of friggin' Steel. That's about all sorts of stupid right there saying that. But hey, it's your life. Yes, you do.
Yo, someone there. What's that? I hear something.
Let's just bail. Where do we have an obvious spot on the map? BAT. Oh, okay, holotape's there. The holotape at the Malden Center, so that's where we're going. Once we finish this quest, we'll have Nick maxed out and we can start looking for or probably hire on McCready.
Hostile sensor reading engaging. Hostile flight form.
Down. We'll be taking that.
They just fall to pieces when I come around, don't they? I'm sure you all understand that kind of feeling.
Message to Robert Cooper. You did good, Bobby. The wife and girl won't be saying anything. No worries. Hell, once those fat life insurance checks start rolling in, Mrs. Montrano will wish her fat slob of a husband had eaten that bullet 5 years ago. As for what happens next, up to you. Beach, sub shop, car yard, doesn't matter where he ends up, I don't give a shit. I just want him in the ground. So, long as Johnny Sr. never finds out what happened to his little meatball, we're set. Eddie Winter, signing off.
Okay, so you want me to get to there. We'll go from this fake ass military base that claims to be the 101st. I'm sorry, but that still irritates me. It's been nearly a couple of weeks since I've been here. But the 101st are the airborne. They're the proverbial screaming eagles. So seeing them being treated as a reservist regiment, much less reservist artillery, sort of pisses me off. Oh shit. I didn't want to have to fight through this. How far along did you get blown up, Nick? Oh! You want to play up close? We can play up close. You were talking all that good shit just a minute ago. Now look at you. Tried to tell you before, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. What the hell was that? Ah, shit. A handmade rifle? Handmade my ass? That's an AK. It's got the same bolt assembly. That's a Kalashnikov. It even uses 7.62 rounds. That's a Kalashnikov.
Hey, toss anything.
Yeah, we're gonna be fixing you.
Thing you can't haul my way. Liars can see the whites of their eyes talk.
That sucked. Hold on, I gotta check something. That really has sucked this whole time. Good lord. What the hell was that? Oh, laser rifle. Guy taking a shit. And it's a recent death, too. You poor fella. Well, I didn't kill him, not my problem. Gibson Point Pier, though. Let's look it up. Just in case there is something. Just a quantum.
Not that it's not. So, this is what 2 centuries without a good duck.
Trying to get across as fast as possible. And we're there. Not quite. Now we're there. Huh. What is? Oh, that's a set of power armor. Who just leaves a set of power armor on a pier?
Yes.
It's only T-51. Who are the Brotherhood shooting?
Can't talk right now. Gotta clean the mirelurk scat off my boots.
You do that. Let's get out of the armor.
Message to Sal Bosconi. You and I clearly need to talk. About Danvers, about the Montrano mess, about everything. I think we'd both agree that our attempts to improve North-South relations have been a complete failure. Look, I take full responsibility for the behavior of my guys. I expect you to do the same for that moron Montrano.
He didn't say moron, he said fuckwit.
I hardly know what to say. Your people turned that theater into a slaughterhouse. Those people are dead on your orders, not mine. And for no conceivable reason I can see. So let's meet. Just the two of us. Talk it all out. You name the time and place. Eddie Winter, signing off.
Okay. Now, Hunt Park is Nahant Wharf. Make sure there's nothing here. Okay, just checking something about bobbleheads because I get a feeling one is close here. Not that one. I swore I saw something about a bobblehead up here, though. Anyway, we'll keep going on this then. Boston Police Department, it says, so that's where we're going next. Don't pick any fights, we'll just get what we're here for and skedaddle. Did I say skedaddle? Oy. Sorry, puppy, but you would... Okay, oh, radio, radio. Find the radio, kill the radio. It's downstairs. Find that radio, shoot it. Not a music critic, I'm just a copyright infringement critic. They got a right to protect their property. I got a right to not have to get to do things the right way, rather. Loot.
I'm in.
Oh.
Message to Buster Conley. Nice piece you did on the monorail construction project. Heaven's Highway, Devil's Doing. Huh, cute. But I think you give organized crime too much credit. The various Boston families coming together to fund a public works project? Huh, please. Clearly you never sat down at dinner with these guys. They can barely agree on an appetizer. And ain't nobody jumping to pick up the check. The bosses had their hands in the honeypot, sure. But no way to deal with it. They get one thing right, though. Safety Inspector Alice Lansky was killed. They'll never find her. Because there's nothing left.
How many more of these do we gotta find? But each of the companions gives a really nifty perk for when you've maxed out their affinity. And to max out Nyx, I got to fill him up, or I've got to do this quest. I've got 5 of the 6 I need. Okay, who? So we're looking for Quincy. Oh, that's where the legendary Quincy is. I'm not entirely sure I want to go that way. I've heard horror stories about Quincy. People who I've asked to not spoil the game for me have yeah, I've been told very, very bad things about Quincy, given that was where the massacre, where the Minutemen ended up being essentially just Preston. But I might not want to go there anytime soon. Never mind the fact that I'm in better gear than you can really get in the original core game.
Get some, motherfucker!
Aren't you cute? Trust me, pal, you want it to be and stay nothing.
God, what is it? Huh? What's that?
Thank you for giving me a leg up there. Your turn next. I'm reasonably sure there is a pack in here. Or a bobblehead, rather. I'll check. Oh, but there is a guns and bullets here. Okay.
What the? Please don't be ferals again.
You're mine now.
Playing with the wrong sin. All right.
Who is that?
What was that?
Who?
You're still alive?
Yes, I'm still alive. Unfortunately, you're soon to not be.
Nice.
That is going to sting.
Pack it in, boys. There's nothing out there. Sweet.
Get a grip on yourself. Win this? Huh?
Oh, I know I can win this.
What?
I thought we were getting along.
Just die!
Got it.
Another fat man.
How much you got left in you?
Enough to kill your ass.
Have a hell of a weekend with all this.
Detective Valentine. Nick, listen, I'm sorry. You've got every right to be upset. But you need to believe me when I tell you I had no idea. Operation Winter's End was my baby. I believed in it. I still believe in it. They kept us all in the dark, me included. I got briefed this afternoon. They laid it all out. The whole thing. Winter's deal with the DA, his agreement to bring down the other families, his idea to record the holotapes and incriminate all known associates, and them needing a legitimate op and a real task force to make it all look like Winter was the focus. It was the plan all along, Nick. There's nothing we can do. Winter was a stoolie for the feds. He reported directly to the BADTFL, all on the books.
A lot of Wait a minute. Why does a police base have a fucking nuke launcher? What kind of criminals are they busting? And it's in the evidence room, no less. What kind of guys are they busting? Jesus. Oh, it's Scooty. I'm level 50 and he thinks I'm a rookie.
That's it.
Nick, you're in my way. Why do they have a weapon workbench in here? By the way, somebody's getting moshed.
Message to Alexander Strelnikov. My esteemed Mr. Strelnikov, I know someone of your profession values discretion above all else. But I have to honestly say, screw that.
Talk about collecting dust.
Troop? Nope. Chief, yeah. Jake Reds. Jake Joliet Blues. One watch broken. Boots black. One black suit jacket. One hat. $23.07.
That'll do it.
That was a whole long reference to the Blues Brothers.
That's it.
They did say there was a book in here. Guns and Bullets. Chief's office to the west. Guns and Bullets.
Perfect.
Let's see what the Chief's keys are. Cave. Okay.
Nice.
Personal logs. Log entry. File corrupted. File corrupted. Control for this job, I have to deal with one more loose cannon officer playing out by his own rules, so I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. It's not Williamson destroying private property, it's Maniac Gibbs putting his life on the line. I swear this whole squad is the reason I've got cancer, or I've got ulcer. If the heartburn doesn't get me, it's the constant trips to the bathroom. Getting old is a bum deal. Thank God I've only got 3 days to retirement. Then I might be able to take a RV out to the woods, finish... Okay. And it's the day before the bombs drop. He's got a month until retirement, the day before the bombs drop. That's actually kind of funny. Now let's get the crap on out of here. I got precinct 8 and I got... Okay. We'll do this precinct, then I'm going to go ahead and call it for the night. Okay, Winter Holotape locations. Natick Police, South Boston Police. There's one right here, which should make 7 out of 10.
Message to Rodrigo Palomar. Okay, my friend. I thought about it, and I've reached a decision on the Fallon's job. Your cut is exactly what you deserve. $0. Zilch. You heard me right. You get nothing. Yes, you cracked the safe, and yes, we got the diamonds. But you also tripped the alarm. Mackie got pinched, and that's entirely your fault. Now, when he gets out, Mackie's gonna want your head on a platter. I'm gonna give you a shit.
Actually, I think I probably should just go ahead and call it now.
So you're getting off easy. Eddie Winter, signing off.
In that case, I'd like to thank everybody very much for watching. I'm gonna get out of here first. I'm gonna have to do the slow walk out of here, aren't I? To get where I need to go. I've got one way out where I don't want to be quite yet. Oh well. We'll deal with it. Come on, continue loading. Load in. Load in. The hell? This doesn't have to be like this. I gotta kill these guys just to get out of here.
Just getting started.
I don't think I'm tough. I'm reasonably sure of the fact that I am tough at this point. But by all means, threaten me some more. See how much good it'll do you. Hate to say it, I prefer the assault rifle from Fallout 3. At least as far as aesthetics goes. Because that one was very obviously... You weren't locked before.
Nice.
You were saying something about fear there, shithead. Thought so. Anyway, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. My name, as always, is Harmony Muse. Thank you, and have a good evening. I will be back tomorrow sometime, probably in the evening because I've got work to do during the afternoon. Thank you and have a good day.